Well, welcome. I'm Marc Crawford here. We are at NEMTAC 2025 Transform in Dallas, Texas. I have the pleasure of being with ER, the CEO of Rainbow Road out of the greater Chicago area. It's great to have you, ER.
Thank you. Good morning.
Welcome.
I appreciate it, and thank you for inviting me.
You're
It's
very
an
welcome.
honor.
Thank you. Well, let's jump right in. I just really want to find out more about you and the operation. So, what first interested you in about the NEMT industry?
It actually interested me or inspired me to open an industry or the NEMT service is because I am a nurse in profession. So I have served clients or have had patients that had some bad experience, good experience with their prior provider.
Mm-hmm.
And I am the frontliner and I received the feedback, good or bad. And so I took that in my advantage when opening this business. So that shaped how we are running Rainbow Road right now. Is those feedbacks and being able to provide care and dignity. So it's not just transportation what we provide, it's a service for compassion and reliability. And that's how we started Rainbow Road Transport.
I really like that, compassion, reliability. And again, having an RN, being a registered nurse, I think gives you a level of knowledge that is extremely important.
Yes.
When you're dealing with limited mobility and sometimes, virtually no mobility in transportation.
Yes.
So what's the best piece of business advice you've received as you've grown the NEMT operation?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Actually, I received this good advice from one of my mentor. I was working at a home care agency before where, she is kind of like my sister. She told me that people or business grows when you grow your people. So that's what we have set with Rainbow Road Transport is that we grow our people, both our staff and our clients, and we make sure that we treat them like family. And I think that's the best thing that you could ever give to a client or your patients or whoever you're transporting is that providing them care, that they're being cared for while they're inside your transport van. And that's how I think that, you can grow in this business is being able to provide that good care.
That's great. Have you had good retention with your staff?
Yes, I actually have. Most of my staff have been with us for 3 years now since we've opened.
Excellent.
So having a good retention rate, being able to keep our staff, for that long says a lot on how we're growing our business and making sure that we focus on them, not just for quick profits. We focus on our people, training them, providing them, what they need and the support in the background.
Excellent, excellent. So what are you excited about in the NEMT industry as a whole?
Well, I am very excited in the changes that it's coming, change is inevitable, basically. So there's a lot of change, everything is evolving, the world is evolving, the industry is evolving. What I am most excited about is, and hopefully this comes through, that we get recognition as an industry standard. Or too often I feel that NEMT is only seen as secondary, although maybe because it's, I'm an RN, but I believe that transportation is the frontliner. We don't just move people, we care for them. We have to be able to provide care. We're not healthcare, but I feel like we are the front line into the healthcare to provide care for those people, to take them or to bring them where they need to go, to get and access care.
That's well said. And I used to say NEMT and EMS are more similar than we know, because if you don't get the grandma, the grandfather to the dialysis on time, it is a potentially catastrophic exposure for that individual. Correct. So NEMT, and why we're here today for Transform 25 is really to look for federal standards. And I hope, as you do, that we have federal standards, that NEMT is at the forefront moving forward.
Yes.
Because as we know, the ambulance and EMS system is taxed already. There's a huge gap. And as you said very well, we are the front line.
We are.
And if we do not transport the 91% of individuals that are non-emergency, that need to get to the hospital, to the facility, to the rehab, to the dialysis, then we're not doing our job.
Correct.
So I look forward to it as well.
Me too.
What's been the hardest challenge for you in the business?
This is a very good story, actually. The hardest challenge with us when we were starting out is that too often facilities don't know you. They don't trust you. You're starting in the business, and too often that when I go to a facility, they are kind of like rejecting me. They don't even wanted to accept my business card. This is one particular facility. Yeah.
Wow.
I was handing out a business card, and she was like, nope, you have to talk to the administrator. I'm like, can I just leave a business card so maybe hopefully you can provide this to them? They're like, nope. So I was just left like in awe, and then be like, wow. But I kept persisting. I kept going there, and consistency in going, and I think that what helped me get into the facility. I didn't give up, and I knew someone there. I knew someone who knows someone inside, and I was able to get into the door. And then when I got that facility, I became their preferred transportation actually.
Right on.
So I was like,
that's
a good one.
I think that ties in well with some advice I got. We used to say RFP was a request for proposal. I consider it to be relentless forward progress, because I'm not waiting for them to look at a proposal. I'm going to be aggressive. I'm going to get in there. And I love the story that through your persistence that you were able to become a preferred vendor. That's excellent.
Thank you.
So where do you see yourself? I know you've grown. You've grown with us, and it's been a pleasure. Where do you see yourself in a year, and where would you like to see yourself in 5 years?
Good. So we see ourselves in a year to expand our fleet. We're expanding our fleet more. We're trying to get a warehouse, because right now most of our vans are in our driveway. I have a bigger driveway. We're in a corner lot. And I see ourselves into expanding more into the hospitals that we have served.
Okay.
We've already been serving the hospitals, but we wanted to get some more of the hospitals like in the north or in the south, to kind of just expand since we have clients down there. So might as well, just transport those people in that area. And in the next 5 years, I believe that, or I hope that Rainbow Road and envision that we become a regional leader in compassion, reliability, and safety in terms of transportation and non-emergency medical transportation.
I look forward to seeing the journey in the next 5 years. So give me a story that you have personally or that the company has seen when you've transported someone that's just made your day.
Yes, this specific client that we had, I transported this specific client, and he's going to dialysis treatment, and a good feedback I received was that I made his day, and I was able to provide good care. I received that good feedback from the family member and also the client. He was like, wow, I didn't even know that you guys exist. Like, I felt that I was in prison inside my home, and just to see the world out there, it gives me goosebumps right now. But it just to have them being able to access this transport and being able to get out there, it feels like home, like family. You're treating them like family and providing that care that they need, and taking them to wherever they need to go.
I love what you've said about getting them out and able to see the world.
Yeah.
Because I think that we take for granted, because we have two able legs, that we know that there's a certain part of the population that is not able to freely move around because they don't have transportation, and you've been able to fill that gap.
Yes.
So great story.
Thank you.
So what do you want to see from the industry, and what's going to benefit the industry as a whole?
I think what benefits would be a good standardization in terms of compliance, training, and also what I've said a while ago was being recognized as the frontliner and being part of a healthcare. Because I feel that whenever I approach hospitals, we are only a transport, and that's how I feel that they see us. We're only a transport. We're not part of continuity of care. And being able to be part of that is something that I am very, very, strongly have feelings for. And I wanted to, in the whole America, or like in the whole industry, to be able to be recognized that, we're healthcare.
I agree.
We're in this industry together.
Completely agree with that. And that I think that NEMTAC is pushing for the federal standards, because right now we're regulated at a state level and a county level, that we need federal standards in place as we age out. By 3032, you're looking at approximately half the population being 40 plus. Yeah. So the demand grows as we talk, the boomers retire and have less and less mobility. We're going to need more and more transportation.
Correct.
So what's your inspiration for working in the NEMT industry?
My inspiration have always been family. I always wanted, and this is how I, I train my staff. I always treat them like family, and the same for my clients. It inspires me to, like the clients themselves, basically. The good feedback, the bad feedback that we receive. This is what keeps me going every day. This gives me fuel into providing more access and providing more transportation for them, and being able, again, to see the world, being out there, taking them to wherever they need to go, to whether a wedding of their grandchild or to a party or to wherever they want to go. As long as we're able to take them there and they feel satisfied, and that's what keeps me going.
I love it. I love it. Well, ER, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for spending time today. We look forward to working with you and seeing you in 5 years with your growth plan.
Thank you. Appreciate it.